Guess what, everybody? We are back. We are back once again. Another CBC podcast, and we got 3 good topics for you guys. I promise they're good topics. Don't go away. I'm going to talk about X-Men, Doctor Doom, a little bit about Moon Knight. It's going to be good, and
You sure?
it's going to be great. Trust me. Despite the energy I lacked this morning, I'm trying to hype myself up with false energy. Oh man. But it'll be good, I promise. Anyways, before we get to the podcast, as always, you guys can find me over here on my link tree and what I'm doing. And as always, I am joined by Tristan, who chances are you've seen a video or two pop up on the community tab.
I'm a little behind, but I'm gonna have a lot of videos coming out pretty soon. Like I said, link tree is in the description for all my stuff, usually on all the platforms. Let's get to it.
All right. And we are, as always, joined by is this a DEI hire Mitch? What is this? We got Ricardo.
I got nothing to promote other than, I guess Emma Frost, Marvel Rivals today. That's going to be fun. It's about to be a good game.
This about to be a game of the year contender once Emma gets in there.
Oh no, it already is because of the interactions and stuff. But she's a tank. She's a tank. And
yeah, those hips tank alone. Jesus.
Yeah.
Emma the Stallion, if you will.
Oh man. And it's like it's kind of wild. Like I've seen people talk about that, like, oh, Emma's joining, right? And it's like just people that I never thought would be talking about it anyway. I'm like, wow, I guess this game has really pushed through. Like
it has like a lot, like, from what I've seen from interactions and stuff, people have actually grown to like the characters and wanting to read comics, if there is any comics for said character, or try to find them. And it's been working a lot better than what Marvel has been doing in the past for promoting their comics. So
100%. It's crazy how they haven't done much. But hey, if you're playing Rivals, I haven't played much of the last season, but I'm going to jump into this one because it's like it's Krakoa. That's kind of cool. And
I think they said during the mid-season refresh, fully customizable costumes are coming. So you'll be able to customize your favorite character's
costume. Oh Lord,
costume.
Everybody's gonna be the skimpiest people running around. I know it.
I mean, you sure? Because one of the summer skins, the thing kind of got leaked. The thing's gonna be in a Speedo. So yeah.
See, that's exactly what I meant. They're gonna get me. I gotta get Thing's Speedo outfit. So with that out of the way, you know what, guys? Let's just jump into our first topic. Okay, this is an interesting one. So about a week and a half ago, Oscar Isaac was pulled from Star Wars Celebration, which is, in part by Disney. They get the celebrities, they set the panels and everything. And they're like, he can't be here because of commitments on another job. And looking up at his portfolio and what he's working on, there's nothing till the end of summer for his next project outside of one project that's currently shooting by Disney, which is Avengers Doomsday. So,
which is interesting because they said that Moon Knight was not going to be appearing or having another show.
Right.
So it's like, okay, so is he going to be just in movies now, or is it just this one-time thing for the multiverse saga for closing for Battle World, and then we might get another Moon Knight thing later down the road, or it's just this is like his swan song?
Right. Yeah.
But quick question: Did they gonna film Doomsday and Secret Wars back to back?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that explains a lot. Then never mind.
It's not pure back to back like Infinity War to Endgame, where they only had 12 days. Apparently, it's going to be a little bit longer, so it might be 4 to 6 weeks break. While they, from what the Russo brothers said, they need the bigger break because of the size and scope, which tells me that the sets they're going to build for Secret Wars are probably even more massive. So, it's
okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking about this whole thing, and it's like, yeah, Moon Knight's probably going to be in this. It would make sense because they're not doing season 2 as much as I would want them to do season 2.
Yeah, but like technically I am kind of dreading if he does show up in this because, like with the Marvel Rivals talk we had before, people are gonna assume that Moon Knight is is gonna use the moon haunts you when he doesn't actually do that. Like even though he doesn't actually do that in the comics or in the show.
Just wait. Just like they said, hey, we didn't realize that Jeff the Landshark would be a big deal. We're going to speed him through. Watch. Doomsday and Secret Wars, everybody's just going to be using their rival specials.
Well, that particularly is partially, was it Kelly Thompson is his creator? She keeps pushing him. That's partially the reason why in the universe, everyone wants to have a Jeff the Shark plushie and he's everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Ricardo, question for you in regarding to Doomsday. If Doom is fighting everybody, Moon Knight shows up. How do you react to that if you're somebody that, let's say, hasn't seen Moon Knight? Because I know a lot of people haven't. We obviously all have, but like, what do you think the reaction is among the casuals? Because it's like, Daredevil, he showed up in Spider-Man No Way Home, one of the biggest MCU films ever. The reaction was mute, and that's Daredevil.
Really? I guess it depends because, like for example, I saw No Way Home in because in New York, it's New York City. When no lie, the biggest pop in my theater was Daredevil appearing in No Way Home. When people saw the cane touch the floor, I think everybody lost it. So if I had to think outside of New York City, I could see like, oh, who's this guy with toilet paper wrapped around his arms or something like that,
Right,
or it's either that or it's like what Tristan said. It's like Marvel, because Marvel Rivals has been doing a great job regarding like it has introduced so many of the casuals into like the bigger world of Marvel. So even if it's like big or small, I guess they could be like, oh, it's the guy from Marvel Rivals. But other than that, especially when you have to think about not a lot of people like watching, not a lot of people like doing homework to watch stuff, especially since now we're in the Avengers and we're going to see so many people from the TV shows. There's even been times where I'm watching a new MCU film with my friend and I had to explain this happened in the TV show and he'd be like, oh, yeah, so it's a bit 50-50.
Yeah, because for the most part, most people would rather watch a recap to get up to speed than actually having to sit down and watch like a 5-hour TV show to say like who's this character, what are they doing, and where are they now compared to the actual film that they're in.
Right. It's like Ricardo said, if you're localized, like I have a friend who recorded his reaction and the theater's reaction to Daredevil showing up in No Way Home. He was in New York. It was a pop. My friend who lives in Colorado, he recorded the same thing. He was the only one that popped. Nobody else was like, who's this? And obviously the viewership doesn't carry over. I think Moon Knight has the benefit of Marvelstudios like push that out at the forefront more than Daredevil ever up until this latest season, And also Moon Knight showing up, you don't need to beat people over the head with who he is. Like remember in the Avengers, that's a $1.5 billion film and Thor 1 and Captain America 1 were flops. Those movies did not make bank. Neither did the Incredible Hulk. So like obviously Hulk is more of a known character outside of Cap and Thor, but still like I think you do enough of a here's who he is, get past it. And like they're gonna make a joke out of it. Somebody will be like, hey, this is my friend Mark Spector. He has split personality, so sorry if he goes off the rails.
I mean, they can make a joke out of it because like currently, I guess it was like Marvel Rivals, they included memes of Moon Knight in the game, even though the memes are not even real or canon to the story. They retrofitted them technically into the overarching of the Marvel universe. So if they wanted to go that route, they can actually put that into the movie.
They probably should. Let's be real.
I think they should just go a better approach of because I look at like the Marvels and I said the Marvels and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Not Falcon and Winter Soldier, Captain America 4. It should have been whatever.
Yeah.
But like I look at that, they should probably try to approach a lot of the TV show stuff maybe a smidge more different in a way in a way like they just come in and you be like you don't really think much about it versus like oh damn I really did miss so much lore on the MCU to such and such.
Yeah, I mean I can understand that to where the TV shows don't seem as important as the movies movies to what they make it to what they seem. So you could be missing important plot points to the movies if you're not watching the TV show.
It's also wild that the most popular Marvel TV series to get the most views ever is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You know, like that's wild if you compare the numbers and stats. You're like, that's kind of crazy, you know? It's like, and look, Moon Knight will work. They'll find a way. He's becoming more pop culture aware. Like, you know, people are aware of him. So I don't have a problem. Whatever he does in Doomsday, he's probably not in the entire film, right? Like he can't be, I would assume, because that'd be weird. Because what happens when Khonshu shows up, or what happens when he changes to Jake? It's like, hey, suddenly I'm in Avengers HQ. Then he changes to Jake, and Jake's like, what? Trying to steal and pickpocket everybody because he's a criminal? Like, it's, I don't know, a little weird.
Well, what they're doing with the TV version, he works for Khonshu directly, so he does whatever Khonshu tells him. So
right,
yeah, because then we also are in that weird because we're in that weird spot with Moon Knight in the MCU, right? Where he's basically with Khonshu off rip. So for all we know, he might have just scenes with the other gods versus
than
like the little people.
Yeah, you basically have Moon Knight probably with like Thor and some of the other
yeah, because that would make more sense versus like the city team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, yeah, exactly. So I think we're all kind of in agreement. It's not too hard when he joins the project because he's more than likely in it. It's not going to be the hardest thing to explain who he is, and they shouldn't really worry about it either. People will get caught up pretty quickly. Like they've done it every movie, so we'll see what happens. So with that in mind, let's just jump on to our next topic. Okay. This one's going to take a bit of explaining. Paparazzi, as they tend to do, they now send drones into the air, even though it's forbidden, and get photos of sets. So Marvel has a giant set where they built like 4-story containers around the set, and it is massive. It's like 20 containers by like 15. Like it is a huge closed set. And in it, it's a bunch of craters, and it's reportedly the attack on the X-Mansion and an incursion happening. So the X-Men are going to get the X-Mansion destroyed again, huh?
I thought they were gonna have I thought you said like they were gonna build is it a emitter scrambler for the drones, so you just start seeing drones fall out of the sky.
Well, they should probably employ those too, but they won't for whatever reason.
Because it'd be pretty funny seeing why the drone's falling out of the sky, so you know where Marvel is.
Yeah. It's honestly looking at the whole set construction and what's going on and how we're looking at just the X-Men in general. I'm not too worried about what they're going to be doing, like at all, because it seems like they're definitely doing something with an incursion. Like I think that's pretty clear with the set photos. Like they don't look like stuff hitting everywhere. Like it's definitely earth being thrown up, like ground being thrown up and ripped apart.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously we're gonna have some scenes of that because for casuals, I don't think they know like the total devastation that the incursion actually entails and happens if you haven't like seen comics, or even with the 2015 series where they did show some incursions happening, but the most one that people see was the one from like 1610 and 616 when they were going to crash. Everything was just getting upended. You saw rubble everywhere. was it? You saw the heat from the planets coming in, so everything's all red. And, you know, they know this is like the final hour and stuff. So.
Also, if you look at the MCU, how they did an incursion in Multiverse of Madness, you kind of just mix the universes and things are overlapping and floating in destruction. So you're probably just going to see like elements of other worlds transplanted onto the X-Men. So it's going to be a little weird because it's going to look different. It's not just going to be, I assume, it's not just two Earths smashing into each other and blowing up. It's going to be more of like a melding Cronenberg type of deal. That's what I'm guessing. Maybe.
But I have a question though. You think that the X-Men we're gonna get, because we know the Fox universe is the most very confusing out of all of them. So, because I had this theory, because they had like certain characters coming back. I was like, would you think it'll be the Days of Future Past Wolverine timeline?
Oh my god.
Or because you know that's like the happy ending. Everybody's there because why? Because Patrick Stewart died a billion times in all these parts of the multiverse. The only one he's still alive in is the Days of Future Past. And then this weird thing that Kevin Feige is gonna do, right? I don't know, like he's mentioned it every now and then. But he really is trying to bring X-Men 97 into the films. And if you guys go on Disney Plus too, it even promotes it as Multiverse Saga.
So like, is he trying to make a version of Fox X-Men into the 97 version?
I think so. Yeah.
His original plan was to bring the X-Men 97 into the MCU.
Right. That they actually confirmed that, which was insane.
Yeah, that was his original plan.
So,
wow.
So recently, the Russo brothers and everybody kind of hinted at that this is the original X-Men, like trilogy X-Men. So, do you think they spin this as, hey, after X-Men 3, they all just become like their counterparts in the comics? And you're going to see Cyclops in the blue suit, Wolverine in a different yellow. Like, that's probably what they're going to do, right? Like,
probably. It's just like wild that's what his original plan was, and then he's trying to retrofit that into this different version of the X-Men to get it as close as they possibly can with the amount of characters that they can use currently.
Right. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's kind of like crazy how they're handling this whole scenario, because whatever's happening to the X-Men universe, let's be clear about this, they're going to get wiped out, right? Like they're showing the incursion there so they can wipe them out and set the stage for, hey, here's how dangerous it is in the MCU proper. This is what could happen. You see all these X-Men you like from the other films? Yeah, they're all dead. The ones that didn't escape, at least. It's like, oh,
yeah, it's like the ones that didn't survive, they're all dead, and you're following the survivors.
They're just gonna AI Storm in there, disintegrating because she won't be back.
Oh, come on, man!
Vinnie Jones as Juggernaut.
Yeah, I think was it I was surprised at how fast they got the processing for the actors especially for the X-Men. I think was it the actor who plays was it Nightcrawler?
Yeah.
Alan Cummings.
Yeah, he in a recent interview he was surprised at how good they got the process to get him into makeup, because originally he said it was like 4 hours of him just sitting there getting ready, and that with Disney they got it down to a science to where he's in and out of makeup in about 90 minutes.
So from what I've seen, the way makeup has evolved, because before they would have to do everything by hand, now it's like his face tattoos. They pretty much have a template, and you just stick it on and shadow around it, and it looks good, you know? So it's like they've shrunk it down. So obviously he's back. A couple more X-Men will guaranteed be back. I personally, like, I've seen some people upset, being like, they can't destroy the X-Men world. It's like,
they can.
But yes, they can.
They did it like a billion times. It doesn't even matter anymore.
It's like, bro, the timeline doesn't even make sense. You have the original trilogy. Days of Future Past timeline isn't part of the original trilogy. Neither is the Wolverine and Logan. First Class trilogy, quadrology, is not canon. the Deadpool films are on their own timeline. You have 5 timelines out of one Fox timeline.
Don't forget the New Mutants.
Oh yeah, right with them.
And the 2 TV series, because Legion and Gifted are both in parallel timelines as well. It's like, bro.
Oh yeah, see, it's a mess. The X-Men has just been a mess. They all have to go. It doesn't matter anymore.
I mean, because like each time they just kind of like we go up to like X2, and then we're just gonna rewrite what happens after X or before X3. We're just gonna keep rewriting it, and it just goes down to a new timeline.
That's how it be. That's how it be. So overall, it's looking, I don't know, it's looking pretty good. Set photos look like massive sets. At least a bunch of it's not fully CG like it was for the last 2 Avengers films, because it looked CG. Like, man.
Yeah, because I think it was even with Fantastic Four, from what they were doing, is that it's going to be some CG, but it's going to be practical. Right. So you're going to see, specifically for like Galactus, you're going to see an actual, purple suited guy with some CG, which is actually what I prefer over all just CG, is that there is something practical for him.
See, everybody learned from Power Rangers. Put a dude in a Megazord suit, make him stomp around buildings. That's
because especially if you look at a lot of the, like, you could pinpoint like the MCU films, like a lot of the practical, like a lot of the Phase 1 films hold up so good. Like, it still looks really good. Then when you go down the line of films throughout the years, like I recently seen like some of the scenes again from like from Infinity War, and I was like, it's kind of like when you see like the prequel Star Wars again, and you see like some of the CGI, you're like, like Episode 2, you're like, this doesn't hold up. But this is why I don't want to, the DC thing, right? Because Superman, James Gunn is going a lot of practical. Like, we could see that film 20 years down the line. That film is still going to look really good.
Yeah, I know, because like you could do like what's one of the most famous like tales of doing a hybrid of CGI and practical, which is Jurassic Park, the first movie. Done that, and it still holds up all these years later. Like
the Jurassic Park T-Rex scene, it still looks like it could be released today because it's so good. And like, you have the new Jurassic World film coming out. There's scenes in that trailer you're like, wow, that doesn't look as good as the original film, which is mind blowing, but that's how it is, So, crazy. So look, when we know more, we'll come back to this, guys. So stay tuned. And our final topic, we got the reveal of Dr. Doom, maybe. Okay, so, man, this is a confusing story because
from what I saw from it, if it is that he looks like, what is it?
You talking about his party suit?
Yeah.
No, I don't care what no one says. That's going to be the first suit because his hair is there. He got photos of his hair.
I know, it's just like, to me, for some reason, it looks like what is it, his character? Didn't Robert Downey Jr. he played Sherlock Holmes, right? In one movie?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. It looked like Sherlock Holmes with what is it? What was the wrestler? Mankind. He had that one mask and he had like Sacco or something.
Yes. Yep,
that's what he looked like to me.
You talking about Mankind?
Yeah.
Okay, so
with that type of mask, it looks like Mankind to me.
That's the thing. The image on the screen right now, right, is based. This is art. It's fan art that somebody made and made it look like a legit Doctor Doom Marvel comic cover from like the 70s.
Yeah.
And everybody looked at this and said, oh my God, this is what they're doing. This is a fan image. But people, I saw one dude on TikTok. He had like 6 million views on this video talking about how Marvel is cooked because this is the first look at Doctor Doom. And I was like, bro, it's a fan image. You could have just seen that if you just click the link to where you got the image from, like...
I wasn't sure if it was official. I was thinking more like it's either a fan edit or it was just a concept.
Right, exactly. Yep. And once I found the artist, I was like, oh, he just said this. Oh, he based it on Robert Downey Jr.'s look in the photo on his birthday prior to the start of shooting, which was like the day after. So, I will say, look, I've said it from the start. I don't think this is going to be the Doctor Doom we all know and love from the comics. I think you are getting Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom. So
yeah,
what that
you
is,
just
I don't
gotta
know.
accept it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm okay with it as long as he's petty. If he brings the petty,
Yeah.
then
He's just petty in all his roles. That's, but it's like, because he's gonna be in Fantastic Four. That's just gonna be a given, right? So I guess we're just based off of that because there's not much he could appear in.
Because like I need a scene where they say like there's a problem that Reed can't solve, and Doom's right there, and you see the twinkle in his eye because a problem that Reed can't solve. I'll do it.
I want to see because because they already confirmed like Franklin. I don't know if you saw like the magazine stuff, but they confirmed like Franklin was like had thoughts about like Galactus and stuff. So we're gonna see a kid and or teenager Franklin Richards. So I'm assuming the daughter is gonna be around there as well.
Because from what I think from some interviews, I think the actress who plays Sue, she said that she's gonna draw some inspiration from her time as Malice. So she's not going to be like a goody two shoes mom. So she's going to have a little bit of like hot sauce on her to not show that Sue's just the quintessential or image of a 60s like stay-at-home mom is what some people think she is.
Right.
Yeah, because I was trying to see if they're gonna do the whole like if they doing all that already. I want to know if they establish if Doctor Doom is like the godfather to the two kids, and
maybe.
what if they're fighting Galactus? Because there's no way this film ends in a happy note, right?
Yeah.
So
for most people,
so like what if? Huh?
I was saying like for people who are thinking is that it ends on a sour note to where Galactus wins. Because from what the interviews is saying is that the Fantastic Four, they're the only heroes. They've been doing this for a bit, so it's not really like an origin story.
Right. Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. I think Doctor Doom might I think that's where Doctor Doom is gonna be like, look, Reed, you got everybody failed, blah 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 blah. Here is this and that. I just hope the approach of Doctor Doom is done in a way where I really don't want RDJ to act like RDJ, if you know what I mean. Like, not saying like Oppenheimer, because he was fantastic at Oppenheimer, but like he does a thing. It's like Jeff Goldblum. He does a thing.
Yeah.
They have their own way when it comes to certain acting roles. I just hope it's done in a way where Doctor Doom is Doctor Doom, and it's done well to the point where. Because there's no build-up. I don't care. Like, we have these incursions, the little inklings of multiverse, but the Doom film and Secret Wars, and we've barely seen anything of Doctor Doom. That's kind of like a double-edged sword. So he has to knock it off the park off rip.
I mean, yeah, like I know what you're saying is because like from what I would want is that Doctor Doom acts like Doctor Doom, and you get that animosity between Reed and Doom competing to try and be the superior person and be the most intelligent man in the multiverse. But I also see what casuals are trying to say is like they don't want that. They want Robert Downey Jr.'s version of Doom and Peter, and I'm thinking like there's like
I love you 3000 Peter.
Yeah, they want that for some reason, and I'm like Doom and Peter, even though they have talked and stuff, they don't have that type of history with each other. Like I would want what you see in the comics from 2015, where Doom tried his hardest, but him and Reed both know that Reed was the person for the job.
Exactly. Like I'm right there with you guys. I think that they also got an uphill battle. Like this is the first time we're going to see Doctor Doom. He's got to have a personal connection to somebody, more than likely in the Fantastic Four film, like we're all saying. If for some reason they do something else with him and nobody knows him, we're screwed, we will be. It's like, well, why is this guy a threat? It's like, why should we fear this guy? I don't know.
Because that's the one thing that I feel is like Doom is a threat. He's a multiversal threat. You do not mess around with Doom.
They're gonna have to start off with if I was a casual, in regarding the Marvel universe, and everybody knows that casuals love Infinity War, they love Endgame, they know who Thanos is. Everybody knows the famous scene of Doctor Doom killing Thanos.
Right.
You have to I think you might have to just go off. You might have to, like, from the beginning, just make him kill the biggest bad guy of the previous thing.
Just like right off the rip, just have
they're
just...
gonna, because I feel like a lot of people is not gonna take, because like for us, we already know what happens, right?
Yeah.
I feel like if I was a casual fan, I would have to see Doctor Doom do the craziest thing to be like oh my god, he really is a threat, because you're gonna look at RDJ, you're gonna be like, man, why is Iron Man in a different mask? Why is he so scary in the Marvel universe? Because believe it or not, a lot of people probably not gonna watch Fantastic Four. They're just gonna watch the Avengers.
Probably.
Yep. Yeah.
So they're gonna have to do something off rip.
Yeah, because I think because they're not gonna know like how Doctor Doom is. Like I say this all the time, is like when in the multiverse where Doom goes to see what's going on with a lot of other Infinity Gems and on other universes, he comes and finds a Reed Richards who basically becomes a Doom, and he's like so powerful and petty that when that Reed tells him that his Doom is a lot different than he is because he doesn't have the finger lasers and he's childish. And the next thing we see is that Doom destroys the whole entire universe because that Reed said that his finger lasers were stupid.
Do it, Doom. Do it. So I guess that's kind of, we're all on the same page. If he's Doctor Doom, more Doctor Doom than Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man, fine. Don't flip out or have a meltdown over that first look, because it wasn't a real first look. People just didn't bother to check. And I mean, we will probably have significant more leaks soon.
I mean, it's more profitable to break the news than to actually confirm it being real. So
true. That is true. So yeah, I guess that's gonna bring us to the end of the show, everybody. So thank you for joining us for another podcast. As always, you guys can find us all, links down below in the description, and we'll be back next week. I have a feeling we're gonna have a pretty decent show for one reason or another. So thank you for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you next week. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will. And if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.